Welcome in collective. Welcome to your reading. So this is a general reading, general collective reading. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. The moment I'm using for the solar transit through the sky of sign of True Sky Cancer, I am using the Tarot of the Sorceress as the main deck. And on the bottom of the deck, we have for you the Four of Fire. So this is like the underlying energy of the reading. So the Four of Fire is linked to the last crescent moon. It symbolizes the energies of harmony, celebration, friendship, and it's the waning moon, particularly the last crescent. It's a good time to start a transformation. Like the moon, nothing is permanent. Your life is constantly subject to change. It's the same for all of us, and whatever phases we are in, we all go through the same things. Walking side by side, paths crossing and meeting and journeying together, and celebrating the moments of sharing and support that form a greater all. So that is such a nice underlying energy there, that Four of Fire. So this deck does have the Rider-Waite symbolism, but it also has the Marseille, and in that one I definitely can see some of the Marseille influence there. But she has given all the cards here their own symbolism as well. So the first card we have for you is actually the Ace of Water. So this would be like your Ace of Cups card. So she has given it the name of just water. Not sure if you can really see it here, but it's like water pouring out of a cup into some more water with all plants, maybe even coral and shells and things as well. So the keywords are associated with new love, new momentum, pure emotion. In this card, the element of water expresses its purest aspect. It pulls everything along with it, for the Ace is the card of all possibilities and hopes. Water gushes down into a wider flow. It's the element of emotion. So it is in the area that things fall into place and open up for you. So that's really interesting as well. So having that underlying energy of the Four of Fire, which would be like your Four of Wands card. So I tend to associate it with like home and things like that. But in this deck, it was talking about friendship, which is very interesting because now we got the card, the Ace of Water, which talks about love. So there may even be someone in your life that is a friend, is underlying a friend, but they actually hold a deep love for you. So the crowning card we have for you is the Nine of Air. So the Nine of Air is the flute. Its keywords are worry, despair, and blocked mind. The flute is blocked up by lavender, imposing its limits on sound, just like the way you can sometimes feel blocked when life should be expressing itself, spilling out and reaching others. Wow, that's really interesting because with that blockage it's talking about, and then with the last card with the water, it was talking about the flow of emotion. So there's some kind of blockage of emotion here. It could be yours, or it could be someone that, like I said, a friend or someone that's interested in you. This could also be you towards a friend that you have deep feelings for as well. And then the next flanking card we have is the Lovers. So this card is often linked with love, but it also is often linked with a choice. So here, the Lovers is linked to the rhodochrosite, garnet, and pink quartz. Its keywords are crossroads, choices, decisions, and wishes. The Lovers is a card of life, crossroads, decision-making, and choices. It indicates the moment when you begin to imagine what you would really like and look further ahead in your life. This moment is symbolized by the connection between the new moon, representing new starts, the new things you contemplate, and the sun, the light and the sky you want to attain. You begin to look higher, to aim at what you love and bring you joy. The three crystals represent the three entities, both similar in their characterization and dissimilar in their composition and virtues, that are the elements in your life path, stretching from the new moon to the sun. They can be pleasant or difficult, and you encounter them when you find yourself at a life crossroads. The rhodochrosite at the bottom is used to heal sentimental wounds and restore harmony between the body and mind. The garnet in the middle pushes away obstacles on your path and gives you the strength to face your problems. The pink quartz at the top is the crystal of self-love, peace, and balance. These stones pave the way toward a fully realized love, desire, or wish. Life paths are symbolized by the elm boughs branching outwards. Elm bark is used to attract love and protection, and the elm tree outlines plural paths. The branches in the picture represent all the possibilities your mind can imagine and that life can offer you. All you have to do is choose. So, associated keywords are emotional life, union, heart, choices, ambiguity, trio, doing what you love, and following your own path. So yeah, the sun is really quite strong symbolism in that card in this deck. So these three top cards here are all to do with the upper chakras, so the very spiritual, but also the mind and the throat chakra as well. So it is quite interesting. It looks like there is some kind of significant choice that you're making, and there is some kind of blockage as well. There's a lot of emotion, and there is obviously that underlying energy of the friendship as well. So the next cards that we have in the center here, we actually have the Devil, we have the World, and we have the Six of Fire. So far we've had a few major arcana cards in this spread. So the Devil card here is linked to pleasure, enchantment, vitality, creativity, sexuality, deep desires, and shadows. It's very much linked to the collective imagination. It's the fire burning inside you that motivates you and enables you to start moving to attain your goals. It's a primitive passion that connects your body and gives meaning to your existence. So the keywords are the unconscious forces, passions, creativity, desire, temptation, bonds, depth, darkness, fear, prohibition, taboo, sensuality, and impulses. So these three cards in the center are like your central chakras, so very much linked with the heart, some throat energy, and some solar plexus kind of energy. So interesting, we do have the Devil card there. It may be quite a guiding force for you at the moment, and even if it is just like it says energetically, so it, you know, it could be that you have some kind of addictions or some kind of bonds that are binding you at this time. That could definitely be the case. And it does seem like, because it is linked here with the Ace of Water, so it does seem like that there's some emotion that might be binding you. And it could be this emotion to a friend, that underlying energy. But also the other cards connected here, we have the Moon and we have the World. So to me, it's not the most negative devil card that, you know, combination that you could really have. Having the World is a really positive card, and it could even suggest that you will actually be releasing yourself from that which binds you at this time. So because the World has an energy of completion and finishing things, it's the last card in the deck, and it also has the energy of like the end of a cycle, like some type of perfection and self-realization as well. And because of that, I do get the feeling that you will be overcoming this devil energy in your life. And it is interesting because that World card also does connect. Obviously, it connects to all the cards here, but it does connect also to this water, to this emotion. So there's some success with this that's coming through, but also the blockage as well. So, I mean, maybe that blockage is a protective thing. That's kind of what I'm feeling. You know, sometimes there's a time when you want to express your emotions or you need to, and then there's times when it's really not the time, you know. So maybe you are holding on to something, but it will flow when it's meant to. And then the next card we have is the Six of Fire. So once again, we have another fire card. So we've had the underlying Four of Fire, we've had a water, Ace of Water, we've had Nine of Air, and now we've got the Six of Fire. So the Six of Fire is like your Six of Wands card. In this deck, it is symbolized by pyrite. I'm not sure if you can see here all the faceted pyrite. Its keywords are victory, triumph, recognition, respect, self-confidence in what you undertake. So it's a crystal of fire that strengthens concentration, the mind, and creativity. It comes in the form of a rock, but when cracked open, looks like gold and shines brightly. Pyrite asserts its majestic presence, claiming the praise that it's due. It inspires you with self-confidence and dazzling creativity. So I don't know if you have any pyrite, but maybe it could be a good time to work with pyrite to help you in this success of overcoming these devil kind of energies in your life, these binding, you know, lower energies that could be kind of dragging you down at this time. However, not only do we have that Six of Fire, but we also have this beautiful World card as well, which has got a lot of positive symbolism here. And in this deck, the World card symbolism is the Goddess. So it's a very creative type of energy. And potentially it could even be that, you know, that this friend or, you know, this love interest could really see you like that, you know, this goddess, and maybe they are even a bit obsessed, because the devil can bring like an obsessive energy. It has that negative energy to it. And then having, because it's got the Ace of Water, so that emotional obsession with this goddess figure. But this goddess figure could even be, it doesn't have to be you. It doesn't even have to be a female. So if you are not female, then it, you know, that goddess energy is a feminine energy. But yeah, it doesn't have to be. So it could also be that you are seeing this person. So the roles can be reversed in readings as well. So it could even be that you feel this sense of love and longing for this friend, and you may be obsessed, but you're feeling quite blocked at this time. and that, you know, choices need to be made. And it could even be that they are making choices, and that's why you feel blocked, because you don't really know what's going on. But the energy here is definitely pointing towards victory, completion, success. So no matter what happens, it will be for the best. And then we have down here in the bottom corner under our devil card, we do have the moon, which is interesting, the symbolism in this card, because it's kind of got that triple moon symbolism. So the moon card is linked to Ostara. It's linked to gestation, illusion, psychology, hidden aspects, imagination, and darkness. It's also linked to feminine power, night, intuition, dreams, mystery, attraction, imagination, poetry, and uncertainty. Yeah, there's often an unknowable aspect with the moon, but it can also bring quite prophetic dreams as well. So it is linked to like the dream time, the night time. So you might find that your dreams could give you answers, but there could also be illusions there as well. You really need to kind of tap into your intuition and make sure that, you know, what messages you're getting resonate with you on that, you know, that gut level as well. And once again, we have another major arcana. So we have the moon, and then we have Temperance here as the base of the matter. So the Temperance is another quite positive card. It's linked to here in this deck Yule, the celebration of Yule, so that's the midwinter, and it's linked to rebirth, communication, and alternation. It's also linked with the guardian angel. As we can see, there's a guardian angel here. Protection, circulation, healing, mingling, harmony, benevolence, prudence, and balance. Yeah, so temperance is often, it is linked with like moderation and those energies as well. It is quite a lovely card, and to have it with the world really does suggest to me that there is, yeah, you know, there is a real protective energy here. So no matter what happens, you are being protected by, you know, angels or guides or ancestors, you know, the gods of your people. So it is not, you know, it's not a harsh reading. And interestingly, our last card here on the main deck is actually another angelic looking figure, and it's the King of Air. So the King of Air's symbol is feather, and keywords are intelligence, brightness of mind, decision maker. So the King of Air is a symbol of wisdom, the absolute and insightful mind, able to rise to the highest heights, but also lose themselves in the depths of their thinking, thus dragging you into the darkest corners of your thoughts. Those that aim to hurt others through ill-intentioned words and reasoning. So be aware of that. So obviously that's a more kind of negative energy of the King of Air, but very much, you know, the intellect can be very piercing and can be even a bit cruel as well when it's out of balance. However, having it here with the Six of Fire, that Six of Wands energy, which is a very successful, victorious energy, the World, another card of great success and completion, and then Temperance. I think that's really softening this King of Air's energies here, and maybe even bringing more of a kind of righteous energy here to our King of Air. So using your intellectual capacities and abilities at this time should really help you, and it should really help you in the direction you're wanting to go. The next deck that I have for you today is the Under the Oak Tarot, and on the bottom of the deck we have the King of Pentacles. So there could be some kind of underlying energy here around. So we had that Four of Fire on the first deck bottom, and then now we have on the base of this deck the King of Pentacles. So together I'm getting that feeling. So the Four of Fire was linked to like friendship. Also the Four of Wands is often linked to home and stability and things like that. The King of Pentacles is a very stable figure, especially financially and materially. So there could be, you know, an underlying energy here of that where someone really feels they need to be that in your life, or maybe you really feel that that's what you need in your life. You're needing like financial stability, you're needing a leader, you're needing a friend also, and also like some kind of stable home situation, and that's, you know, underlying, so it's kind of driving you a bit. Then for the Ace of Water, we have the Two of Swords. So this is a card about like decision making, which is interesting because we did have that Lovers card, which is also to do with like crossroads and decision making, because the Two of Swords has a little bit of that energy as well. So this emotional flowing of emotion, potential new love situation, you really need to think about it. Don't act hastily on this. Don't let those emotions, and maybe like I was saying with that blockage of a blockage there, maybe that blockage is really helping you because you don't, it might seem like it is a certain way, and then you find out later on actually that would have been a really silly move to make. Or maybe even later on you do make it and it's okay, but if you had have done it at that time, it just wouldn't have worked out for some reason or another. So definitely try to think about what you're doing. I'm not saying to be indecisive, so you don't have to not make a decision, but definitely be aware of your decision, because she has a blindfold on here. She can't even see what she's doing. She's in the middle of sorry, you probably can't see this card, sorry. So she's in the water. It's a little bit treacherous, you know, her eyes are covered. She can't really see where she obviously can't. She has a blindfold on, but she's not in a great space. So just be aware of that. Sometimes it is better to wait, maybe sleep on it, you know, that kind of thing. Think about it a bit longer. So for the Nine of Air here, and this was about that blockage situation, we do have the Sun to clarify, which is such a positive, beautiful card. I love this Sun card. I love this deck. The art is really, I think it's all the colors and the also the figures. So to me, this is saying, yes, there may be a blockage. And like I was saying, maybe it is even a protective thing at the moment. So even... I'm not sure if you caught my last reading, and I was talking about like neurodivergency, and I think I was talking about like autism and masking and all these things. So these masks that people wear, it's often not to trick people, it's often to protect the person wearing it, you know, like people aren't always out there to like hurt others or deceive them, you know. Sometimes it's more about what they're going through. Actually, most of the time, it's about what they're going through, you know. Taking things personally and thinking that people are doing things to hurt you is generally not the way to go. It doesn't, not trying to say that doesn't happen, because that definitely does happen. But yeah, it is important to remember that, you know, often, like I was saying, often that blockage could even be like a form of protection. I know there is that saying, I think it's rejection is actually God's protection, or some even say that rejection is redirection. So I know my grandmother used to say, if you find a wall or you can't jump high enough, try and go around it, or, you know, like there was always that kind of discussion around challenges, which I always found quite interesting. I think it's like a bit of an old-fashioned way to talk like that, but it is true, you know. Sometimes you might be blocked in one way, but in another, you know, it's easier. So even I've noticed it with my children, because sometimes they do play video games and they might get stuck in a certain area, and you know, they keep trying to do it, and but if they do something different, you know, it can just change the game. So yeah, so anyway, the sun, really blessing energy there, and I think it will clear the way. Like the sun is very penetrating and clarifying and cleansing, so I do think that it will also clear the way. However, I think it will also just help you see, what you need to do. And so go in with your eyes open, and know that you are protected as well. Obviously, don't go in with ill intent. But then for the lovers, the clarifying card we have is the Three of Cups. So what a beautiful card again. I think you can see that. Look at all that purple. I love purple and yellow together, and green. Beautiful. And even the like tealy kind of colors as well. So the Three of Cups is often a card that does talk about like celebrations, especially with loved ones, spending time with people that, you know, make you happy and that you can have good times with. It's like that kind of recharge energy on that emotional level. And it's generally not love, but it's people that you do love. So it's like friends or family or good people in your life, you know, benevolent people in your life. So potentially this is something you really need to do at the moment, or it's something you've already done, or something you're even, you know, you've been doing right now. This is linked to the Lover. So this is about this decision that needs to be made. Maybe you really just need to get out and enjoy yourself for a while and forget about that decision. And then you can come back to it with a clearer head. So the next card we have to clarify the Devil card is the Magician. So what a beautiful card. I love this card. And I love this deck too. However, she is blindfolded in this card. So that's interesting symbolism too. It looks like there's a snake around her center as well. So the Magician is all about, you know, manifesting, your manifesting powers. So this devil energy could be even teaching you about what it is you do want in your life and what it is you don't want. Like I said, about the devil's often linked with, you know, things that bind you, you know, addictions, obsessions, that kind of thing. However, these aren't things that we need to be passive to. These are things that we do invest in and that we do play with, you know. So you can really decide what it is you want to do with those energies. You know, do you want to you know, manifest more of that, or do you want to not? So the Magician is very much about that. It's about being aware and conscious of the choices you're making and creating the world that you want to live in. So be really aware of that. Maybe you might even need to write a list. I find writing is a really good way to clarify what it is. And then for the World card, our central card, we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is generally a card of like overwhelm. You've been working really hard on something and you're not really feeling much of benefit from it yet. So to have it with the World, I am taking it as here. Yes, you've been working really hard and you're probably exhausted. You're probably burnt out. However, that is closing up. That is completing. That cycle is done. You're going to start seeing results and things are going to be moving in a different direction. You know, that chapter is ending. That chapter's over. So, and that's why you really do need to look at these things that are, you know, binding you and controlling you to decide, you know, how much energy you want to give these things. Then for the Six of Fire, you do have the Ace of Wands. So that's quite a beautiful energy too. It's all about new passions. And having the Six of Fire, with it, which is a very successful card, and it's all about victory. Definitely, it's saying here to follow these new passions. So some new passions could arise at this time, and potentially this is even what what is happening is there's something old is closing up with this Ten of Wands and the World, but there's this new successful venture that's about to begin. Then for the Moon, oh my goodness, then for the Moon we have the High Priestess. What a beautiful combination. So they are kind of linked, these cards. I mean, the High Priestess is the second card and the number 2 is linked to the Moon. But often people say that the High Priestess is the Moon, but it's also Neptune. It's linked to Pisces as well. So, but then also the Moon card is linked to Pisces as well, but obviously Cancer because that's the ruler of the Moon. So definitely listen to your knowing at this time, your intuition, maybe even working with it. So I'm not sure if you know, there are different exercises you can practice to kind of strengthen your intuition. I think there's even different like reading cards you can get or create. You can create your own to practice working on your intuitive powers, because this could really help you at this time. Having those two together to me really strengthens those kind of unconscious, intuitive, inspired, you know, magical kind of powers that are hard to explain, but that actually can move mountains, you know. So then for the Temperance card here, we do have the Knight of Cups. So, wow, this is quite a romantic figure here too. So there could be someone new coming in, the Knight of Cups. So they could be like that 18 to like mid-30s age range with some kind of romantic offer that could be happening at the moment. And it might even be happening with this closing up of this situation. But it is saying to have it with Temperance. Wow, so they're going to be like an angel, like a guardian angel. This person has either a guardian angel with them, or they will be like a guardian angel. They're linked to the angels here. So that's really it's such a strange card though, this one. Like she's like a statue. She's made of stone, and she's riding a deer. There's a chicken and a skull with some flowers growing out of it. So it's like new growth, new energy, like the new dawn with the rooster. So maybe there has been some kind of stagnancy, some stagnant situation. I'm just thinking with this statue, you know, it's very solid. But it is cracking, so it appears that there will be some movement happening here. The bird sitting on her head. And then the fruit in her hand, which looks like a pomegranate to me. So that's like an underworld symbolism. Can be linked to like Pluto. So there could be even someone with some Scorpio energy here. The rooster is more linked to Virgo though. So that's interesting. And there's some wisteria in the background. It looks like the full moon as well. So that's interesting because we did have that moon card as well here. So definitely if someone does come in, trust your guts and maybe even ask your guides or your angels or your gods, your guardians. Ask them for some help, because it does look like that maybe they're being sent a little bit to help you. But obviously you've got to figure it out. So then we have, to clarify, the King of Air. We have the Chariot, and he's also like a stone figure. I get that there is, the Chariot is linked to the sign of Cancer, which is a cardinal sign. So there is that sense of strength and leadership there. Maybe that's what they're trying to imply with this card. But once again, the little girl is blindfolded. So to me, that is saying to trust in your own, inner strength to get you through this time. And this is, linked to that King of Air, which was all about the intellectual capacities. So the next deck I'm going to use is the Mists of Avalon Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Lady of Shalott. So these are the underlying energies here. And she's associated with love, idealism, illusion, and Victim. So that is quite interesting, because I was picking up a little bit with some of these cards that there was some illusion, definitely with the Moon card. And I was feeling it with that Knight of Cups. I don't know what it is I'm feeling exactly there, but there is some kind of illusion there as well. So the first card we have for you, though, is Fairy. So the Fairy is linked to guardians, protection, nature's magic, and playfulness. And so that is for the crowning card here, which is that 9 of Air with the Sun. So that's really beautiful energy. So there's definitely some protective energies, and I was picking up on that earlier. I was saying that that blockage actually might be even protecting you. And then for the central card we have Morgan Le Fay. So she's linked to fate, intuition, prophecy, and magic. And so this is for the World card and the 10 of Wands. So there's something really fated about what's been happening, and even some kind of almost prophecy about this situation. It's like you've known this had to happen. You know that there's like a chapter ending or some hard times ending, and there's something more positive coming. And then, so these cards don't actually read in reverse. So then we have, for the base of the matter, the White Heart, and it's linked to perspective, new beginnings, realignment, and awakening. So that's lovely. So yeah, that's for this Temperance with the Knight of Cups. So new beginnings, yeah, realignment. Okay, so the next deck I'm going to pull from is the Shaman's Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Spirit of Destruction. So that's really interesting. So the Spirit of Destruction is linked to destruction of damaging emotions, the freedom leading to calm, anger, frustration, power lost and power regained, annihilation of spiritual blockages, and letting go. So that's the underlying energy here. There is a letting go. There is some negative energies that have been underlying here. Oh wow. Okay, so the top card, the crowning card, we have the Journeyer. So that's a really powerful card. Oh my goodness, the Journeyer with the Fairy. Then we have the central card, the Dancer of Friendship, linked with Morgan Le Fay. And then we have the Ancestor of Hope, linked to the White Heart. That's a beautiful thought as well. So the Journeyer is one of the main cards in the deck, and it is linked to those that are on the search for answers. The winged being represents the Journeyer making their ecstatic flight between worlds. The being side is a bag containing the mysteries, artifacts, stones, pieces of fur, bones, herbs, and other shamanic objects that help with crossing from one reality to another. Light blazes from the being's head, symbolizing the moment when the Journeyer's spirit crosses the divide between the worlds and returns with wisdom from the spirits that hover just beyond normal human perception. Oh my goodness. So to me, this is really kind of saying, because we had the Fairy as well, maybe you could try to work with the fairies at this time. They might actually bring you some answers here, because we have the Journeyer with the Fairy, and then we even have the Sun card. So that's a really protective card as well. Maybe they could even be solar fairies that you should be working with as well. The 9 of Air did mention, it had the flute as well, and also it had lavender. So potentially even these could be other tools that you could use. Then we have, for the central card, we have the Dancer of Friendship, which sounds lovely. So the Dancer of Friendship is linked to strength in unity, fellow journeyers, allies, new directions, advice and trust, community, companionship, like-mindedness, and honesty. So that is interesting because we did have that Three of Cups energy here, suggesting that, you know, friendship will really help play a significant role for you in your decision making and for figuring out which crossroads you need to journey. And then here it is linked with also this Morgan Le Fay, which is about this prophecy, magic, fate, and intuition. So maybe this is like your soul family, or soul friendships coming in here. There's some kind of spiritual connection to these friendships, maybe even through magic or just a fated, intuitive connection to these people. And then the base of the matter, we have this beautiful card, which is quite a famous rock art painting. And it is the Ancestor of Hope, linked to hope in the darkest hour, support and generosity, the ability to see beyond trials, the strength to seek a positive outcome, energy to move forward. And this is linked with that white heart, which is about perspective, new beginnings, realignment and awakening. So that's really lovely energies there. So the next cards I'm going to pull from are the Ancestral Oracle of the Celts, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Maiden. So the Maiden is linked to the more you put into treading intentionally towards your goal, the nearer you'll be to succeeding. Someone loves you and is striving to come closer, so show some encouragement. If there is disapproval of your actions, then keep faith secretly. Wow. I am the beauty at the heart of everything created. So that's her message. Wow. So I had that feeling that there was some, like, a friend maybe that loved you, or maybe the opposite, is a bit of obsession. I did have that come up. So the first card we got for you for the crowning card is the Lord of Love. Oh my goodness, we got the Lord of Love with the Journeyer. The Queen Mother as a central card, Dancer of Friendship. And, the Warrior. The Warrior with the Ancestor of Hope. Wow, this is a bit of a deep reading, isn't it? So the Lord of Love is the crowning card here. Once again, we've got that beautiful cauldron. Message is, what do you serve? What brings you to this pass? In what directions are your powers trying to flow? What stands in their way? Wow, that's interesting because it did have that underlying energy of the blockage. What brings wholeness to your being? What is threatening your survival? What opens up your heart and what closes it? The gift is, I bestow the gift of compassionate service, held in ancestral love. You care for all life. That's beautiful. So the Lord of Love is the crowning card today with the Journeyer. So it's been quite a journey. That's the feeling I'm getting. Quite a journey in love you've been going through. Then we have the Queen Mother, and she has a beautiful, looks like a Palomino horse. I always loved Palomino horses. I love all horses, but the resources you need to get the task done are to hand. If things are taking longer to come to fruition, then you have the patience to see it through. Wait for the right phase and the road will be under your feet. Whatever seems a long way off is coming steadily home to you. I lend my support to all who carry burdens beyond their strength. So that's lovely. So it's happening. This period of this closing up and this new, more positive cycle is coming. It might take a little bit longer than you think, but it's definitely coming. And then at the base of the matter, we have the warrior. So the warrior's message is meet the challenges and defend yourself, defend your honor. Demand to know what is meant. Do not let unclarity or thoughtlessness pass. Wow. The boundary before you is a threshold into power. If you will step up to it courageously, cut through nonsense with clear understanding. Wow. So you're going to have to fight a bit for this. And I mean, this is saying it's about hope, and this is like, you know, but I did get with this Knight of Cups, you know, this statue. I don't know, there was something about it. It is cracking. So I feel like, you know, there's a part of me that almost wants to kind of start pulling that statue apart to free the deer, to free them, you know. I don't know what that's about, but even that is a fight, you know, to actually work and to do. You need energy to do these things. So yes, you need some of that warrior spirit there here as well to help you achieve your goals at this time. And then the last deck I have for you is the Moon Witch Oracle. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Dark Moon. Pause and rest. You deserve it. Which I do think is interesting because we had, I think, was it the new moon and the last quarter was mentioned. So potentially a lot of this stuff could be wrapping up around this next last quarter, dark new moon cycle for you as well, which isn't that far off. We do have the full moon coming up at the end of this month. Oh, and then the new moon next month is eclipse cycle. So maybe this could be, this could be in the eclipse cycle actually, then, if it's the next one. The first card, however, you have is manifestation. What you seek is seeking you. That's beautiful. And so this is for the Lord of Love. So there's lovers seeking each other here. Then we have no, sleep on it. So I was getting some of this kind of energy too, you know, with that Two of Swords. And even with that blockage energy, I was kind of feeling that that was protective. So, oh, and then we have the first quarter. Okay, it is time to commit. Okay, so maybe in this next first quarter moon will be the time when you're really starting to plant these seeds for this new energy coming in. Wow, so that's really beautiful reading here we have today. If it resonated with you in any way, let me know in the comments if you'd like, or please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to everyone that already has subscribed, and thank you for returning if you are a returning subscriber. And also thanks for all your lovely likes and shares and comments. I really appreciate every single one of you and all that you do for me and the channel, our channel here. So I hope you're enjoying the True Sky Cancer season currently we are in. And I'll be back again soon with another reading, so take care. Okay, bye.